My dad has made a new friend. Hello, puppers! Oh, no. No. Oh, yes. Oh! So now that we have finished visiting the ruins, we've come to the high altitude Botanical Garden.
I felt like I had heat stroke, more or less. I've just been kind of in a daze, you know.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another day here in Tilcara. Today we're actually exploring the town, so we decided to hit the main attraction first. We're at the Pucará,
which means the fortress
in Quechua.
Yeah, Pucará is very nice. I'm surprised how straight these walls are. They are just, this kind of walls, sometimes we call them pircas in Spanish, which means it's a construction of a wall made out of rocks, but without any mortar. And it's amazing how they were able to keep a straight line and straight faces of the rocks.
One interesting fact about Tilcara is that it's one of the oldest continuously inhabited settlements in Argentina, with traces of human presence dating back more than 10,000 years. This particular place we were visiting is Pucará, which is an archaeological site in the outskirts of town. The numerous constructions you see here were built by the Omaguaca, who were a pre-Inca tribe that settled the area around the 12th century. At its peak, the Pucará would have covered 15 acres and housed around 2,000 inhabitants. However, by the late 15th century, the tribes in the area were conquered by the Incas, whose domination of the area only lasted for about half a century, ending with the arrival of the Spaniards, who founded the modern town of Tilcara. Okay. So, we are standing inside one of the constructions.
Yeah.
And we recognize these building materials, don't we?
Cactus.
The cactus, the cardones, and also the cane on the ceiling that we've been seeing everywhere to keep it cool.
Yeah, this is the way they used to support the roof structure. Yeah. This one, when they dry, the cardone, the cactus, the ones that you see standing out there, they become like really, really hard.
Petrified, huh?
Yeah, it's like a really solid, Yeah. Even though when they're standing it's mushy and watery, once they dry, they solidify. And it's impressive how cool it is in here, no?
Oh, yeah.
Outside it's really hot, but in here there is a coolness that you feel like almost these guys, they had air conditioning here,
Mm-hmm. Natural air conditioning.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, guys, we've been walking around Pucará for a while now, and they also gave us a little brochure with information when we first came in. So I thought I'd tell you a few facts so you can learn a little bit about this town. First up, this is one of the numerous pre-Hispanic towns that you can find in the area known as Quebrada de Omaguaca. And this particular one sits on a hill that is 70 meters high, so it has great views of the surrounding valley. You would have been able to see if any attacks were coming. I mean, an amazing location. The views here, the mountains, the colors you can see, it's just incredible. So it's been a really cool place to visit. We're just walking around. There are monuments and lookouts. So very much worthwhile if you're planning to be in Tilcara. So now that we have finished visiting the ruins, we've come to the high altitude Botanical Garden.
Yeah, it looks like it's mostly just cactus.
Cacti. Lots of cacti.
Lots of cactus.
Different varieties of cacti.
Yeah. Oh, there may be some flowers over there. Okay, maybe I judged too quickly.
So yeah, we're just gonna explore a little bit.
Check it out.
My dad has made a new friend. Hello, puppers. We've met. Hello. We found a really smart pup. Look, he gives paws.
Yeah.
Let's do paws. Pata. La pata. Oh, no. No, no. Oh, yes. Oh! A paw and a sneeze. A paw and a sneeze. I get massage.
Le gusta un belly rub.
Oh, belly rubs. Oh, my. What a nice guy.
Así. What a nice guy.
So we have now driven over to the neighboring town of Maimará, where the most famous natural attraction here is the Painter's Palette. So we have the mountain right in front of us. And again, beautiful shades. Can you count them all?
No, there is no way you can count all of these.
We need a painter here to count them.
Pastel. They're mostly pastel colors.
There's a nice coral, like an orangey salmon, and some yellows and greens.
But it's a beautiful formation. I mean, these rock formations, they just go like, you can see them like right across the mountain.
Like a rainbow. It's a rainbow mountain.
Yeah, it's beautiful, you know. Here you see a little bit of vegetation because the river runs through here. So.
But it's dry this time of year. There's no water. No. And I was reading that this town, Maimará, it's mainly an agricultural town, and they help feed a lot of the communities here in the Quebrada de Omaguaca region.
Yeah.
Mostly like fruits and vegetables that they grow along here. It's not really a touristy destination, like it's not listed in the guidebooks or anything like that, but it's a 9-minute drive from Tilcara. So it's
just
super
around
easy,
the corner.
Yeah, to just drive. Pull in.
And it's worth coming because this is just, you know what's nice about it? It's not far away in the distance. It's 300 meters from you. And you have it right there all to yourself.
It's worth a drive. And anyone who's into climbing, maybe worth the climb.
I do see a little trail up there.
And I hear a guy on a dirt bike.
Dirt bike, yeah.
Like he just went.
Could hike a bit.
He may have just gone back.
Just off the side of the highway, you'll find Mirador El Monolito, which is a cool lookout point that offers views over the whole town of Maimará and also the Painter's Palette. It's worth the stop if you've got a rental car and are a bit more in control of your schedule. The views are pretty spectacular. After that stop, we drove back to the town of Tilcara to escape the hottest time of day and also get a bit of rest. Well, you had an eventful afternoon. Tell us.
Yes and no. Well, we've mostly been chilling out here this afternoon, truth be told. I mean, it's impossibly hot from mid-afternoon, and so you don't really want to be outside. Don't mind the noise in the background over there.
There's some construction
happening.
There's
some construction going on. I'll just raise my voice a bit. So,
but you were the only one who was willing to walk over to the museums. The rest of us were like, no thanks.
I wanted to kind of film the town center a bit, and there's an archaeological museum that you actually get as part of your entrance fee to the site we visited this morning. And so it's just a tiny little museum. It has some interesting artifacts inside, some pottery, things like that. It's very, very small. There's really just kind of two main halls, and I covered that in just a few minutes, and then I walked over to the church, walked around the square, did a little errand picking up some snacks for you, and by the time I got back here, I felt like I had heat stroke, more or less. I've just been kind of in a daze, you know. I haven't really been sleeping, haven't really been working, haven't really been doing much, just kind of chilling out. But now the temperature's dropped a bit and it's dinner time. I am hungry and I can't wait to go back to basically our favorite restaurant in the city. Yeah. We are now going to take you to our favorite restaurant here in Tilcara. It is called El Nuevo Progreso, and we have been here 3 times. Every single day basically, except for the one day when it was closed. Let's go in. My arm is shaking. I hope you're not capturing that. Is it so heavy?
Alright guys, so the food has arrived and we are going to start with the appetizer, We got a purple corn tamal. Just have to untie this. It comes like wrapped in the corn husk. So it's a little bit of work. Oh, there we go. Did you know that there's purple corn in the world? I first discovered it in Peru. So I've just opened the tamal and it is stuffed with charqui, which is a salted, dehydrated beef. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
This is so good. Love it.
Well, you've ordered a dish with local ingredients.
Yes.
Do tell.
This is the llama, or llama, as they say in Argentina. And it's been served in the form of steaks. We've got
Yes.
3 over here. It's got a nice, beautiful garnish of tomatoes, and a different kind of salsa. And then over here, roasted potatoes. That's what we try
Yes.
first.
Little Andean potatoes. They're very good.
The Andean potatoes are the best. Okay, let's try this, maybe.
And you've tried llama once before.
Yeah, I kind of forget what it tastes like, to be honest. I remember enjoying it, but
It was in Cusco.
yeah. That is so good. It's really tender. I thought it would be a bit more gamey and a bit stronger in taste, but it's just, it doesn't taste that much different from like any other kind of steak you'd have, to be honest. It's that good.
And that is all for today's episode. We'll see you in the next video where we begin the 2-day journey back to Salta, then Buenos Aires, and onwards to a new country.